and the wonderful awards.
Thank you, Bernard, too. Welcome. Well, I thought, let the bluegrass shine. And we're in such a wonderful hall tonight, with all this stylish decoration, with the chandeliers, with the fancy lights, with the great white tables, and the flowers. And we're having a really special event now. It's an event, it's an occasion where we honor the people that sort of paved the path. They made the way so that younger people, and people after them, started to know about bluegrass music in Europe. So what we're doing today is honoring bluegrass pioneers of Europe. I would like to introduce to you first my assistant. Tonight she's my assistant, Susie Bowe. She is a member of the board of the European Bluegrass Music Association. She's American and she lives in Brindisi and she's great. Brindisi is in Italy. Is there another one? Eine kleine Zwischenfrage. Soll ich das alles auch auf Deutsch übersetzen oder versteht ihr genug?
It's all right. We talk English.
Okay, thank you. That makes it much shorter. So, Europe has many pioneers. So many that it'll take us a few years onwards to give out awards to honor them. But we have to hurry up, because they are not the youngest ones anymore, as you can imagine. Sorry. Maybe that was politically incorrect, but it was meant in a nice way. So I just want to remind you all what these awards are about. EBMA developed this project in 2012. We thought we need to do that. We want to show not only the people in Europe, but also the people in America that we have a lot to offer. And there are a lot of people that have brought this music from the mother country. We can call it the mother country. And therefore, we have formed a special committee. This committee consists of currently 7 people. These people are not members of the board of directors of EBMA. They don't have to be in any organization, and they come from all different countries. So for this year's awards, we had Paolo Detwiler from Switzerland, we had Eberhard Finke, who some of you might know, from Germany, Christian Séguret and Jacques Brémond from France, Thierry Scoisman, who you could see yesterday and hear, of the Sons of Navarone, that was the mandolin player, and Peter Kuklik, who is not able to be here tonight as well, from the Czech Republic, a co-founder of the festival as well. And Martino Coppo, another board member, he leads this project. And we honor people who have been among the first, who had a significant impact on the popularization of the bluegrass music genre in their own country or area in Europe, with special reference to their popularity and longevity in the bluegrass music community. There is some more about that, but you can find it on our website. So, are you curious who it is? You want to know? Okay, those who are subscribers of our wonderful magazine will know it already, because we already published the names. But now I'm going to tell you why they are on this list. The first one on the list, it has no particular order, it doesn't refer to the age. It just happened that this guy, this one here, was on the list first. Maybe he got the most votes, or maybe it is because he's from France, or whatever. His name is Jean-Marie Redon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, for those who don't know what Jean-Marie has done, this is a very short summary, and I'm probably missing 1,000 points that he also contributed. He was the co-founder of one of France's first bluegrass bands. It's called Bluegrass Flingo 37.5, or something like that, in the early 70s. And he can be considered a pioneer in banjo and bluegrass in his native country and in Europe as well. With his next band, Bluegrass Connection, he was one of the first foreign artists, with the notable exception of Japan's own Bluegrass 45, to tour the American festival circuit for several months, recording an album over there for the Puritan label in the early 70s. Then he founded Bluegrass Long Distance with his friend Mick Laurie. Mick Laurie already was honored as a bluegrass pioneer in 2013. And they had a great group in the blossoming European bluegrass scene of the 70s and 80s, and worked together with artists like Marcel Davy, Roman, Jean-Félix Lalanne, pianist Claude Bolling, or French pop singer Joe Dassin. So he was already breaking the borders. He recorded several solo records, co-authored with Bill Keith, a most influential bluegrass banjo method in French, which has just recently also been published in English as well. In the 90s, he performed with one of the first multinational bands, Eurograss, and after that in Blue Railroad Train with Charles Lombardi and James Field. In 2011, he was instrumental also in translating Bill Evans' Banjo for Dummies into French. Le banjo pour les nuls. He's now a pensioner and lives in the southwest of France. Unfortunately, the pension of a full-time bluegrass musician in France doesn't allow for travel money to come here today. So, accepting on Jean-Marie's behalf, we have his good friend Jean-Michel Perroux, who will please join us on stage to receive this award. And also, here is a message of Jean-Marie Redon that he sent us.
I know Jean-Marie since 30 years, and would have been delighted to be here. I cannot, so I'm here. I'm the only one French musician who lives in the area of Munich, so I guess it's my turn, and I'm very proud and very glad for it. Thank you very much.
Regie, kannst du das Video machen?
Hi folks, the music you are listening to is from the first single I have recorded back in 1969 with the bluegrass band, Bluegrass Flingo 37. This is this record. You still can find it on eBay. There is some people who sell that on eBay. And I am really happy with this award, but it seems to me that now I am a senior. And I really think that this award is not only for myself, it's for the other members of this band. Claude Lefebvre on guitar and vocals, Eric Bouillet on double bass and vocals, and my old pal, Mick Laurie. With Mick, we have set some of the first well-known bluegrass band in France, like Bluegrass Connection. And long distance. After that, I had to continue to play with many bands.
And I went for the blue. How the ball goes my sheep. Getting the days instead of night.
So, thank you again, and enjoy your music. Bye-bye. Oh no, I just want to add.
Thank you very much, Hugh. And Jean-Michel will take the statue to Jean-Marie at the next Bluegrass Spring in France.
To Fous.
He will walk there? Well, give him a lift if he needs one. He might break his shoes. Thank you, Jean-Michel. Right, as there are so many pioneers and we can only pick 3, and the jury, they had long discussions about this. I saw some of the copies of the emails. It was really hard work. But I don't think they were discussing a lot about the next person, who's really just as much to be appreciated as all the others. So we're coming to this now. 40 years ago, he founded his record company, which turned out to probably be the most important reissue label in the world for roots-oriented music. Who doesn't have at least one of these wonderful box sets with the music of Bill Monroe, Flat and Scruggs, the Osborne Brothers, the Country Gentlemen? Name them. Name them is not a band. But name a band and I'm sure there is a box set about it. And it doesn't stop. That's him. Who knows the name? Jesus Christ. That's not his name. I'll start with his first name. Richard began collecting records in 1956 with the purchase of Bill Haley's Rock Around the Clock. In the 50s he was fascinated by rock and roll, but from 1960 on his interest shifted to country music. In the early 1970s he started the folk variety label and started booking folk acts into German clubs. Big Bear Family Records was launched in 1975. This first venture into leasing vintage masters and repackaging came in 1978 when he licensed the unissued Johnny Cash. As a parallel venture, Bear Family Mail Order was started. So I guess now you know what I'm talking about. Reissuing. As he never looked to make money for his records, and that's why he wasn't commercial. Of course he was commercial eventually, but this non-commercial orientation and approach put Bear Family Records in a position to postpone a release until Richard was completely satisfied with the quality. The emphasis for Richard has always been on quality. Bear Family licenses the masters from the copyright holders and doesn't take advantage of the current copyright laws that enable old masters to be issued without payment after a certain number of years. Bear Family takes special pride in its box sets. Some are complete career retrospectives, while others are complete within certain time periods. Richard Weitze calls his work a passion, an obsession. He works 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. Love of music is his primary motivation. He wants to make sure that the old music is not forgotten. So it's a great honor that Richard Weitze is actually here today in one of his 16-hour days. Please give a big welcome to Richard Weitze.
Was hat Angelika schon gesagt? Ich habe früh angefangen, Country Music, Rock'n'Roll Musik zu sammeln. Bin dann für ein paar Jahre in England gewesen und bin 1971 aus England zurückgekommen. Habe dann mich eingeklinkt in das Neusiedende Bluegrass Festival, was Reinhard Pietsch, Eckhard Schumann, der leider verstorben ist, angefangen hatten. Und dann danach habe ich angefangen, Künstler zu buchen in die Clubs. Angefangen hatte es mit Bill Clifton und Hilly West. Dann kam nachher Red Rector dazu. Zwischendurch mal die Strange Creek Singers, Bill Monroe, die erste Tournee durch Deutschland und einiges andere. Vieles habe ich vergessen im Alter. Da taucht dieser Alzheimer im Gehirn auf, sodass ich mich dann an manches eigentlich gar nicht mehr erinnere. Da Bear Family, wie Angelika schon sagte, die ist ja 40 Jahre alt. Und da bin ich sowieso dabei, mal zu überlegen, was ich eigentlich alles so für einen Unsinn getrieben habe in meinem Leben. Und vieles sehe ich dann nur, wenn ich sehe irgendwelche Bilder und dann sehe ich, ah ja, da habe ich das ja auch mal gemacht oder dies und jenes gemacht. Viel habe ich auch mit Rink Jansen, der ist auch hier, wir kennen uns auch seit der 70er. Der verkauft hier die tollen CDs. Gut, das ist das, was ich so ganz grob zu sagen hätte. Ich will mich mal jetzt für das Ding
and I couldn't do without them. That's the only ones I'm going to keep. Rink, do you have any for sale? No?
What do I have for sale?
The box sets?
Not right here, but at home, yes.
Okay, so whenever you... Oh, he hasn't got the decent stuff yet. Wow, well... You know where to order it. I think it's bearfamily.de or .com. Bearfamily.com. Check it out. You'll be amazed. Right, let's come to the next person. This is a name that I haven't heard of because, well, maybe I'm too young, I'm too far away, I don't speak that language. But I know somebody who knows the name. Unfortunately, the name came up in the committee of the selections for the pioneers. And then I read the biography of it, and I tried to summarize it based on what I have. So, here is it. I don't even know if I pronounced the name right. But that's his picture. Dalibor Chudlinski was born in 1954 And he's actually a third-generation child of a musical family, of the Chydlinski family. He was obsessed with bluegrass, banjo, and America. And as you can hear from the name, he wasn't from America. Quite opposite. He contradicted totally the system of former Czechoslovakia he lived in. So just imagine that, in a very early stage. He was the leader of the bands Barabovie and v Modrém stínu. Okay. Which were awarded by appreciation at the Porta Festival several times. Dalibor was awarded Best Banjo Player of the Year at the Banjo Jamboree Festival several times. A festival he was a co-founder of. Maybe that helps in getting the award, but I don't think that was the reason. He got this award many times, and he was a co-founder of this festival together with Jan Masak and Peter Kuklik in 1973. Now that's a long time running for a festival, and it still exists. Peter Masak and Peter Kuklik actually got the award last year, so we're catching up with time, year by year. Together with his wife Susanna, Dalibor Chydlinski, he started a folk duo called Sis. Thank you, Lily Pavlak, for helping me there. He recorded albums, created their own music festival, Folkova Nosvie Fridstein, or in English, Folk Night in Fridstein, founded a private music school, Siskoteka, in... You're having fun out there? Okay, Siskoteka in Jablonec nad Nisou. Okay, close enough. Where he's an instrument teacher for banjo, guitar, piano, and composition. Under his guide, many excellent and skilled young musicians, including his son Dalibor Jr., were educated, who now perform in the best groups in the Czech Republic. Now this is a pioneer achievement. Dalibor composed many bluegrass songs and instrumentals in the Czech Republic. At present, he organizes his own project of musician camp for beginners and experienced musicians as well. He probably never thought that his contribution was so important, but in the opinion of our jury, and I'm sure of you all present here after hearing all this, he deserves it. And that's why we all welcome Dalibor here in person. Come here, please. You coming, Dalibor? Yeah, oh, there he is, yeah. Oh. Tak so. Dobrý večer.
Thank you so much, danke vielmals. Also, für mich bessere Spielen und Singen oder Sprechen. Takže thank you. Já uděláme cenu nejdřív, já si ji vezmu, takže mají líbé dáme. Takže filma. Who feels seats? vzal, moc je ještě míst, a co jsem nepotkal, jo, kdybych snad prachy měl, tak nevím, bych je dal, a sám jen s touhou svou, šel bych zase dál. Já věčnej tulák jsem a musím ti to říct, jo, s Bohem lásko má, neplakej už víc. Já věčnej tulák jsem, musím ti to říct. A tak, jak žiju teď, a pořád chtěl bych žít, jo, s Bohem lásko má, neplakej už víc. Já věčnej tulák jsem a musím ti to říct. Já věčnej tulák jsem, musím ti to říct, jo, s Bohem lásko má, neplakej už víc. Já věčnej tulák jsem a musím ti to říct. Jo. Ho, ho. Neplakej už víc, já věčný tulák jsem, musím ti to říct.
Bravo! Bravo!
Thank you. Let the bluegrass shine, and let it shine everywhere, and not only in the bluegrass bubble. Thank you. That is actually a good bridge to the next one. It's a perfect bridge. So as you know, or I am telling you now, well, some don't subscribe to Bluegrass Europe yet, so they don't know about this. The fourth award, because there's one left, the fourth award goes to a bluegrass personality. Personality is slightly different to the selection committee thought it worth to elect this person as a personality for the year of 2014 for his merits in what he's been doing then. His slogan is, "Good music will always have its place, and my job is to find it, whether on stage, in media, or on recordings." That's his guideline. And Rainer Zellner started early in looking for these places. First as an active musician, when he played guitar and later became one of the most important mandolin pickers in Germany. He played in various early bluegrass bands, and he wrote the first instruction book for folk mandolin in 1984. 3 years later, he founded his agency, music contact and organized extended tours with all kinds of folk and roots music. Finally, in 2009, he started the Bluegrass Jamboree Festival of Bluegrass and Americana. Have you all been to one of these events yet? And this is an event, an annual package tour with 3 US acts, 3 weeks long on a bus, mostly in Germany. Sometimes a gig is added in Switzerland or in the Czech Republic. Maybe more will come, or maybe I've missed one. But it's mostly in Germany, and he brings the bluegrass to places and to people which had never heard of this music before, some of them. They've heard of roots, of folk, of Irish, classical, pop, rock, whatever there is. Maybe they only know good music and bad music, but that's a different story. So he brought the bluegrass to places where bluegrass hadn't been played before. Rainer is one of the background workers you rarely see on stage, but he is very instrumental in helping bluegrass music find its place. And here is another picture of him doing what he really likes to do. Be on stage with the bands that he brings over and doing the last jam in those Bluegrass Jamboree festivals. Please welcome on stage, live and in person, Rainer Zellner.
Ja, ich bin überwältigt. Ich weiß eigentlich gar nicht, warum ich so einen Preis kriege, weil ich mache es ja sowieso, weil ich süchtig bin. Ich habe gar keine Wahl. Ihr seid doch auch alle süchtig, oder? Warum macht ihr Bluegrass? Wer macht freiwillig Bluegrass? Seid ihr süchtig? Enthusiastisch? Ja, weil ohne das kriegen wir das ja nicht weiter. Und ich verstehe diesen Preis eigentlich, wie du schon sagtest, eher als eine Motivation, vielleicht auch noch in anderen Ländern das zu machen und vielleicht auch noch mehr europäische Aktivitäten einzubinden. Aber die erste Linie ist erstmal, dass wir überhaupt so viel Publikum haben, dass wir nicht alle verhungern. Jetzt habe ich es alles auf Deutsch gesagt. You got it? I said I'm going to try and expand the audience with enthusiasm. And I think to do this, because nobody knows bluegrass, nobody loves banjos, I have to tell them, I have to bring them in front of audiences that, as you said, had never seen or heard a banjo before. And I hope this will spread and all of the European market and scene will grow. And it's all about enthusiasm, so I hope you keep it going. People like, there was the European Bluegrass Music Association is enthusiasm. The Bluegrass Friends Munich is the same thing. So keep going. Is my hope is that everybody moves on and stays with it. We will survive and we will succeed, I'm sure. Bluegrass rules.
These awards, by the way, were designed by a Czech artist, especially for the EBMA Awards, and he produces them exclusively for us. Thank you, Rainer, and thank you, everybody. Rainer said something very important at the beginning that he didn't translate. He said, why are we doing all this? It's all clear. We do it because we are addicted. So let's stop this talking about people and let's continue hearing and playing the music, because we're all addicts to our music. Bluegrass music rules! Thank you for being here and see you next year.
So.